Like, what about seeing it makes you want to have kids? And so I know it probably came off wrong, like, you know. I'm gonna put on a little bit of makeup. Today I am gonna go to a thrift store because I love thrifting. I did an art project up there and I love it so much. So I just wanna see if I can find a few things to go up there. I'm gonna do a girl chat video. I realized just how much relationships change over the years. And so I don't really have much people to talk to on a regular basis, just about like, you know, regular stuff. I am a mom and I mean, like, I have a 17-year-old. Actually, I don't just have a 17-year-old. I have an 11-year-old as well as a 3-year-old. And I'm wondering if any of you guys are moms as well, because, whew, it's hard out here. I mean, it's a challenge, right? But like, I guess it should be, because it's kind of like a really important role. But I think what's making me feel really good is like sometimes I kind of feel like, okay, like I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. There's nothing perfect about this process. I need to grab my brushes. I'll be right back. I'm one of those people that feel like I don't do my makeup all the time, so I kind of feel like I don't have to wash my brushes all the time, but I should. Most of the moms that I know right now, a lot of the moms, I guess I should say, or maybe even just some of the moms, are just kind of dealing with a lot. Like kids, as they get older, it is just, it's such a process, and you don't really understand it until you have. We had a fight party here for the Spence and Crawford fight, which that was so hard to watch because I just like Spence because my husband loves boxing. Okay, we've been like boxing fans for a while. He's been a boxing fan, but I've like kind of adopted a lot of it with him. Also, my son is really into boxing. Like he's been training and all that. He really enjoys it. My 11-year-old. And there was the girl here, so beautiful. She had the highest cheekbones, like just beautiful face structure. Anyway, she was like, oh my gosh, you know, I've never been around people that have kids. Like, you haven't been around people who have children? And my stepdaughter was like, oh yeah, she doesn't have any kids. And I'm like, you don't have any kids? And she's like, no. And I didn't even say it to be funny. She was like, yeah, you know, so now it kind of makes me feel like I should, like maybe I want to have kids. And I couldn't even help it. Before I even got it out, I was like, what about seeing it makes you want to have kids? And so I know it probably came off wrong. Like, anyway, she was like, oh, I just like the nurturing part of it. And I think, you know, just seeing all of these moms all of these moms just nurturing their kids and looking after their kids and all this stuff, it just makes me feel really, I don't know, like mothering, you know? I was like, oh, okay, well, I definitely get that. There's a lot more that comes with it, though, girl. A lot more that comes with it. Not just the nurturing stuff, because you even get, you know, there's more to it. There's more to it than just the nurturing. So it just made me think about how you just really don't know much about this whole parenting process when you first get into it. Like, honestly, you couldn't tell me just how difficult this was going to be even by the time my oldest got like to 10 or 11. Like, I still had no idea like what I was in for. All you can really think about is just how much your child is going to depend on you. You know, like that's literally all you ever think about. Like, oh, I'm going to have to do everything for this kid, you know, for this little baby. And okay, so I'll just make sure I'm available to do that. As they get older, you start to realize the process changes. Like, yeah, you know, you're going to have to do everything for that baby. But that baby's going to start to have an opinion. They're going to start to have kind of ideas, things they want to express, everything. I don't know. I was just like, oh yeah, enjoy if you do decide to do it. Have a fantastic time this way. Anyway, so I say all that to say, like, if you're a mom, how are you? How are you doing? Are you okay? I'm just kidding. But no, honestly, I feel like it's one of those jobs, like they say, the job is so thankless. Like, it's so thankless, but it's so rewarding. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It really is. It's thankless, but it's rewarding. You don't know it yet, but it will be worth it. Even though parenting is just such a struggle, there's so many beautiful things that come along with it. It's a process like you're both learning. So one of the things that I've been doing is I started to follow, I mean, I've been following a lot of different people on social media as far as like psychologists, or should I say therapists, and I've been following them for a while to just kind of like get like little tips. We're gonna be on social media. Like, I think all of us pretty much spend probably a ridiculous amount of time on social media that you don't want to admit, but we're gonna be there. So what I do is I try to follow accounts that are going to give me little tips and tricks to make my experience better, my life experience. So I follow therapists, I follow dermatologists, I follow teachers, I follow, I try to follow a whole well-rounded group of individuals. Like, I have my own little curated specialists that I can get like little tips from all the time. I found it really interesting the other day that one of the tips on her social media that she shared, she was saying that what your adult child needs to hear. That's what she said. One of the things, it was like 6 things that your adult child needs to hear. And it was, what are you wanting from me? Do you want advice, or do you want to hear my opinion, or do you just want me to listen? And I feel like that's so important, because I've always been very like, I'm going to share every single thing that I can with you. Everything that I know. I want you to have all of my knowledge that I have at my big age. I want you to have it now at like 6. Like, I was really oversharing with my oldest, and I'm so apologetic to him now, because I shared every single thing with him. But the problem there was my perspective with him as if it's law. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to form his own opinions. He's going to learn to do things on his own. He's going to learn to understand things on his own. He's going to have his own life experiences are going to form his ideas and, his feelings about things. And I just kind of like gave him a Lisa roadmap. Like, this is how Lisa lived life so far, and this is how it's been to Lisa. And I'm mad now. Like, honestly, I'm really big on self-reflecting. And so I spent a lot of time like thinking to myself, like, how can I do this better? How can I be better for the people that I love? And so I self-reflect all the time. And my husband is always like, this isn't your fault, that isn't your fault. But I'm really big on like taking responsibility, accountability. We all have a job. To me, it's so important, because how am I going to grow if I don't stop to take a look and see like how I could do something better? Like, your role as a mom, it changes so much throughout, like, as your children get older and as they become like more themselves. And that part has just become so nerve-wracking to me, especially because I've decided to have children like 6 years apart every single time. So I have all these different versions of children, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to each one. That's why I'm on here talking about my kids. That's me talking about my kids a lot. I do. Anyways, overall, like, I'm just trying to be a better me. Like, I'm in this space of like making sure that I start listening to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling, but me and a red lip, we go together real bad. I actually don't want to put on I'm going to put on Boss Lady. Yeah. Here comes the Gemini. How much you want to bet when you come in here? Either want to talk about calisthenics or boxing. Do I have boxing today, or was it canceled? Your dad hasn't mentioned anything about it being canceled. He's not here, obviously. So I hope this was enjoyable, and I just feel like girl talk is gone. I remember a long time ago when I was working, I had a coworker friend who we decided to do this event, and it was called Melanin and Mimosas. We started a Facebook group for it and everything, and that Facebook group was supposed to be the beginning of like, it was right at the height of the brunch. Remember, brunch became like such a big deal, like day parties and stuff like that. And so it was like the day party brunch, the brunch day party vibes, where at Sundays you would just find all these parties and brunches and stuff to go to if you wanted to. So it was at like the height of that, and we decided we were going to start one that was for Black women, because we live at, I'm in Las Vegas, and there isn't a huge, like, professional Black group here. At least it didn't feel like it at the time. Anyway, so we started this thing, and we had one event, okay? We had one event. I want to say 2 people showed up. It was me, her, my sister, and my friend. Nobody else came. And so many people RSVP'd. And so we just never did it again. So I think that, obviously things happen. We probably should have did another one. But I went out of my way and bought stuff for goodie bags, and like I did all kinds of stuff trying to make it like a really fun event. And we, you know, made reservations at a really nice restaurant, and yeah, nobody showed up. So we never did it again. But I had like all these leftover items. It was just a mess. Anyways, my kids won't keep coming here. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope we had a fun chit chat. Yes.
Real far.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so anyways, let me get to my children and the rest of my day. But I just wanted to come on here and have a little chit chat, let you guys get to know me a little bit. I will see you guys in the next video.